What's up guys, before we start I want to announce a giveaway. I'm giving away this amazing little phenomenal Joyo Zombie amp for free. It's barely used. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel and comment under this video. And I will be announcing the winner in 2 weeks. Please share the video with anyone who you think might be interested in getting the amp. Every view, every subscription, every comment goes a really long way, so the support is very much appreciated. So let's do it again. How's it going, people? How's the quarantine treating you? It's pretty crazy. I think everybody's super tired. Comment below. Let me know how's the quarantine going. Anyways, my name is Zeke and welcome to episode 4 of Metal Tales of Azerbaijan. In this series, I talk about my personal experience with the metal scene of Azeristan. I mean Azerbaijan. In 2000s, there were many black metal bands in Azerbaijan, but the one that has gone further than any other is Vozmezdie. And Vozmezdie is our today's subject. Once upon a time, far back in 2007, a high school kid, Tahir, like Altair, but no Al, just Tahir, alongside his friend Farman, decided to create a band. I actually knew Tahir because we lived in the same neighborhood and we also went to the same school, but that's not really important right now. Tahir was into true Norwegian black metal, Farman was into trash metal, so of course they agreed to play black trash. Or trash black. I used to own Behemoth's Demigod album when I was 15, and I actually lent it to Tahir. And on the booklet of the album there was a line saying, "So I was a god of war and vengeance." Since that time, the word vengeance stuck with Tahir, and he pitched to Farman to call their band Vengeance. Farman hated that idea because to him, vengeance sounded too close to virgins and he didn't want to be associated with that, even though they probably were virgins. So it didn't take long to convince Tahir not to use the word vengeance. But instead of changing the word completely, Tahir decided to just translate vengeance in Russian. So the band was called Vozmezdie. Which also doesn't mean vengeance. Vozmezdie actually means retribution, thanks to the Russian English dictionary of that era. But to be honest, I like retribution much more than vengeance. Oh, what's this, you were asking? Azer Chai, our sponsor of this episode today. No, they're not. I wish they were. Azer Chai, could you be my sponsor, please? But to be honest, that's not Azer Chai I'm drinking. I'm actually drinking this amazing Trader Joe's Tulsi Holy Basil Herbal Tea. So Tahir and Farman started scouting for the musicians to complete the band. But nothing really came to fruition. Maybe because they were still in high school and very busy with schoolwork, things weren't really going their way. Long story short, Farman decided to leave the band completely and abandon the whole project that didn't even really exist yet. Tahir thought not to continue anything at first, but then he got fatigued with boring Azeri routine life. And he decided to pursue the musicianship after all. Later that year, Tahir meets Firuddin, a boy who advertised himself as a drummer. But then he switched to guitar right away. He didn't know how to play drums. Tahir didn't really want to play the guitar in the band, so it worked out for him. He had his guitarist now, and Tahir stayed on the vocals and would write the lyrics. They still needed a drummer though, and after some time they did find one. And the drummer they found is actually Yagub. He was just starting out then, but it's the same drummer who played in The Nails later on and 314. Some more time later, they found a bassist nicknamed Mara. So it was September of 2008 and this was the first gang of Vozmezdie. They were rehearsing on terrible instruments, on a terrible location. It wasn't much, but it was true. Though Firuddin was the guitarist of the band, Tahir was the one who was coming up with the basic melodies for the songs. So you could say that Tahir was still the heart of the band. But later on in 2009, for some odd reason, one after another, all band members started to leave Vozmezdie. Everyone suddenly got a reason. One left the country, the other one went to college, the other one's cat died, whatever. The point is, Tahir was left with nothing again. But Tahir decided to take guitar a little more seriously, and he continued composing music on his own. At that moment, I actually didn't know what happened to Vozmezdie, and I had no idea that all band members bolted. So, not knowing that, in July of 2009, I called Tahir and asked him if he thinks he's ready to perform alongside with us, the Nails. Tahir was ecstatic to hear the news, and he really wanted to play at the show, but he told me that he doesn't really have a band at the moment. Bummer. But just then, an old school metalhead named Ruslan comes back from the army. Ruslan was the founder and ex-drummer of a band called Adorn, the first black metal band that performed on the very first Dark Line show. Me and Max from 314 introduced Ruslan to Tahir, and they started rehearsing together. First temporarily, but then they got pretty close, and they decided to continue as Vozmezdie. It really worked out well. Just two guys, two warriors on the stage, true black metal. They ended up performing with us. Tahir even sang one of the songs with us. And then they released their first demo in 2009. They keep playing, perform more shows, still as a duo, no bassist. After collecting some material, in May of 2010, they recorded their first album, which was recorded in 2 days. As I said, true Norwegian black metal. The album was called Vlast Язычников, which translates as Power of the Paganists. I wish I could play you some music from that album, but unfortunately, Tahir and Ruslan, at some point in their career, decided to delete all the old stuff because they think it didn't sound that great. Come on, guys. They finally get a bassist. His name is Vadim, and he becomes permanent bassist of Vozmezdie. What was conveniently great was that Vadim was really into mixing and recording. So in 2011, they record their second album, which was called По костям религий, which translates on the bones of the religions. Tahir would always refer to this album as his favorite one, and not necessarily for the content and the material that's in it, but the whole process of the album. What was great was that none of the guys had jobs at the time, so they spent their whole time and energy recording the album. It took them 4 months to complete it. In fact, that's my favorite album as well. You can see in this album that there's this big change from that old school black metal mentality. Again, this album was recorded in 4 months. The first one was recorded in 2 days. You know what I mean? The band was maturing. Vozmezdie kept playing more shows, and in 2012 they started recording yet another album. It's called Chaos. And after the release, Tahir leaves the band. He leaves Vozmezdie. Even he can't explain why he did it. Ugh. But he joins 314. Later, Vadim left Vozmezdie as well. Ruslan was the only one left. Even though the rumors said that Vozmezdie is disbanded, officially that wasn't the truth. Tahir plays in 314 for the whole year, and then he leaves 314. Tahir and Ruslan miss each other, meet, have few beers, and decide to resurrect Vozmezdie. For the year that Tahir was absent, he opened his mind to new music, to more music other than just black metal. And he had new material that he's been working on, but this time not in black metal genre. So Vozmezdie started rehearsing again and record their first death metal album called Experiments. It was a really fun album, but definitely a huge difference from their black metal roots. They get a new bassist, this time a female named Nara, and they get back into the routine and continue rehearsing and playing more shows. They once again get new material, and in 2017 they start recording their new album. They recorded it, finished it, and for some reason it's never been released. Something just wasn't right anymore. There might have been some conflicts, I'm not sure, but the band was out of fuel. There wasn't even enough fuel to release the damn album. Again, officially Vozmezdie is not disbanded, but there hasn't been any news from them since 2017. In fact, Tahir started his solo career, a one-man band called Hoar Demigod, officially advertising itself as avant-garde death metal. Probably the only one in its genre. The album Hoar Demigod released is called 916. It consists of remade 9 songs from Vozmezdie's discography up until 2016. As Tahir himself puts it, in his whole career of Vozmezdie, he wrote only 9 songs that were worthy. Though Hoar Demigod is a one-man band, Tahir has some musicians that he plays live with, and they do pretty good so far. I'll tell you even more. Adorn 16 and Hoar Demigod are also working on a single together, so keep an eye for that. Vozmezdie is a very interesting project to look at retrospectively. You see how they're matured with their every release. Who knows, maybe they will release that album from 2017. It's ready after all. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching another episode. Sorry guys that this video is coming a little bit later than usual, but I had some family emergency this past weekend, so it's been a little hectic and overwhelming. Also, don't forget about the giveaway. As I said, I'm giving this away for free. Just leave the comment down below. You can comment about anything about the video. You don't have to comment about this necessarily. You can comment about how's your quarantine going, and I'll ship it anywhere, so don't lose the opportunity. Once again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.